And now, it's the Still Unnamed Podcast with your host, Petey Salas.
Hey kids, and welcome to episode 21 of the Still Unnamed Podcast. I'm here, I'm Pete Salas, along with
Magic Mark Rodriguez.
Oh, you finally came up with a nickname.
Yeah, I got a sexy voice today.
You do. You're a little under the weather.
I'm a bit under the weather, and so I'm not going to talk too much this episode.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Nope, not at all.
Well, this is a special episode because over Christmas break we recorded something with a friend of yours.
I may have mentioned him once or twice. His name is Rod Sanders.
Rod Sanders. He came by. He dropped off some Christmas presents for the kids. We said, "Hey, while you're here, let's knock something out," and that's what we did. And I thought I lost it, quite frankly.
Oh,
so I found it.
I didn't know you had thought that.
Yeah, I thought that I had lost it within the files somewhere, and no, I found it, and it's time to bring it out because it was quite a fun conversation. It was a tiny little 15-minute conversation we had. With a very interesting topic.
I vaguely remember the topic.
Yes.
I remember they're just berating your favorite co-host, ladies and gentlemen, with all these insults.
Well, I mean, he came over. We were hanging out. We were drinking. We were just shooting the shit around the table, without the microphones.
Yeah.
And then a bomb was dropped, ladies and gentlemen. A huge motherfucking intergalactic bomb was dropped.
A Moab, mother of all bombs.
Sure. And I said, we gots to record this. So without further ado, let's get to that conversation that happened about 6-7 weeks ago. Here we go. Do you want to introduce, or do you want to, what do you want to do? Mark, you take this one.
Okay, we're just having a quick conversation here with
Rod Sanders
and
Petey Salas.
My name is Mark Rodriguez, and we're making fun of me.
Yeah.
Yes, that is going to be the crux of this.
On previous episodes, you have dropped the name, the infamous name, if you will, Rod Sanders, quite a few times.
Yes.
As being your only friend that you have other than me.
Yes.
Wow.
So
wow, I feel honored and slightly amazed that I didn't get better Christmas gifts.
You know what? But my wallet is still fat.
So we've been saying, man, we got to get him on here, and here he is. He showed up.
Here I is.
And we were just sitting around your kitchen table enjoying some tequila.
Not 5 minutes ago. Actually, we still have tequila left. Would you like some tequila?
Yeah, I'll take another shot, actually.
Another shot.
Yeah, we were just talking about, different shooting the shit type of topics. And the one thing that came up was he asked you, have you seen Indiana Jones? Your answer was?
No, I've never seen Indiana Jones.
And the reason being is because?
No, I've never seen a film with Harrison Ford in it.
Do you know what that includes, everybody? Star Wars.
You got the Star Wars, you got the Cloud Runner.
You got
Cloud Runner.
Cloud Runner, really?
You got...
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You got the Hunger Grams. You got...
Yeah, so for everyone...
There's a huge pop culture hole in his life.
But I know everything. I know so much about it that I don't need to...
I mean...
No, that is not true.
I don't think I've ever met anyone who hasn't seen Air Force One. And...
What's Air Force
One? Oh my God.
See, that's the thing I'm saying is like my jaw just hit the fucking floor when that happened. Like I was not expecting to hear that.
Well, because I don't have to have seen it. There's the pulp culture is so ingrained in everyone that I pretty much know
what this
the
is?
film.
This is a 40-year-old virgin all over again.
That is what it is.
Where you've been pretending for years that you have been boning.
I've seen boobs.
He just kind of waits for other people to stop talking. He doesn't say, "Oh yeah, that one part in that movie." But he's never seen.
I've known you for going on 7 years now.
Yeah, for
just
a long time.
I can't believe it's never come up before.
Well, because I'm not gonna.
Because he's not gonna just. Come right out with, hey, guess what I don't know.
You know what? I've never seen that movie that literally just about every person within our age loves.
I cannot believe
every person,
that.
And then for several years on either side, basically you're just excluding babies and World War II veterans. Those are the only ones. I mean... But he hasn't seen Star Wars. He hasn't seen Back to the Future.
Yes, that was the other one.
He hasn't seen E.T.
I mean, I've seen bits and pieces.
No,
of
you've sinned. You've sinned.
Yeah,
this is a sin.
Is the correct term for that.
He's like, hey,
right.
you know that sound you've been waiting for? Here it is. And See, I get it. I'm cool, guys. Pew pew.
No. You're not sliding on this one.
I mean,
I'm pretty cool. I'm dope. I'm a nerd.
What I don't get is because
Batman, right?
Because you also have. I don't think this is telling tales out of school. You're not very well read. You don't have a lot of novels under your belt as far as that. So what have you done with your life?
I've helped co-create 2 people.
That took 3 minutes tops, and you know it. That took 3 minutes. You still have.
But you know what? Still did it
26 years.
We know I've done it at least twice.
Oh my God!
You still have a lot to answer for. I mean, what movies have you watched?
He has a valid point. Where has your time gone?
I saw a lot of The Lion King. That was a really good one.
Really? Just The Lion King over and over and over again?
I got the VHS and I was like, you know what, guys? I'm good for a while. For about 5 years, I would just press play on The Lion King and
then you had to go to school where you were in the marching band in high school and
they made you play the Cantina song, didn't they?
No.
That's another Star Wars reference. Yeah,
I know it.
Yeah, but they make every.
Hey, who shot first, right, guys?
They make every marching band play that.
I never played it. We don't play that. We played Proud Mary. That was a pretty good one.
Because they were all strong black women in the Chelsea band. And have you made mention on the podcast? I haven't perused all of them.
Can I just say that this was
a Principals Award winner?
Oh yeah, I did announce it.
He just said that.
I dropped it the other day.
He just dropped it in the last podcast.
Ed Couch Elsa,
prestigious second grade year.
I want to say
Principals
that was
Award
like
recipient.
His second week of knowing me. Hey, have you ever won a Principals Award? What the hell is that?
Well, guess what? I did.
I won a Principals Award. Why is it in your wallet? You can see it's real. It's notarized. It's not my mom's signature. So that's odd. That's very odd.
Okay, man.
But we're going off topic. We're going off topic.
I know you've watched a lot of horror movies, so that's safe. So
I know the Jasons and the Freddys and the Chuckies.
So you've seen those.
Actually, that's what a lot of my childhood was. I would rent a lot of V8, like when we would go to Blockbuster, or not Blockbuster, it was like Top Video at the time.
I remember Top Video.
We would go and they're like, oh, well, what do you want to rent? I would get a Super Nintendo video game and I would get a horror movie. And that's what we would do. I remember one time
you were never. I mean, just the box art alone of Star Wars. Like, I'm sorry, I keep going back to that because that's a fucking shocker.
That is amazing.
The box art you had,
but Star Wars.
I got through like half of it. It's pretty good. I mean, I'm so excited to find out what Rosebud is. Don't tell me.
Everyone has their favorite. I mean, Empire seems to be the best of the most.
That's my favorite.
Oh, shut the fuck up. But just looking at
Calrissian, you love Lando Calrissian.
Just looking at the Jedi cover, you've got this dark figure, this Nubian god, this Darth Vader just fucking floating amongst.
What's a Nubian?
And
that's like a Sphinx, right? Yeah, I got it.
You've got like this giant blob slug monster. You've got these Ewoks.
There's so much to be curious
as
about.
A child,
be a part of this.
Like to not if you're walking through Top Video every weekend, you don't see this and say like I want to see this.
I don't think I've ever like sci-fi things. Not my. Nope.
Shut the fuck up! You love sci-fi. What does Doctor Who count as?
You're a Whovian.
Okay, yes, I watched Doctor Who, but I before that, really? Okay, ready for this one? Never seen Terminator.
You've never seen Terminator?
You've never seen Terminator?
Seen the original Terminator, and I know Quentin has.
Have you seen part 2?
I've not seen any Terminators. I don't know.
I will forgive not seeing part 1 if you've seen part 2.
I've seen the end.
Jesus Christ, Mark.
Jeez, seriously, I mean, okay, so horror movies was part of it, but that doesn't explain it all. There's a lot.
I just never saw sci-fi movies. You just never were on my radar.
I have no idea how you just spent time.
It was Disney animations
Lion King
and horror films.
That is a strange combination for one, but just, but I mean, it's And again, you say it's ingrained in the pop culture. Yeah, it's ingrained for a reason because everybody goddamn saw it.
But I don't have to see it. I mean, I know all the spoilers and stuff. I don't think I'm going to get anything out of it. It's just going to be a waste of my time, I think.
Okay, but like all of like the Family Guy parodies and all the different parodies and different references of other movies have made to it, like, did you get those references? Or did you just do that and like laugh like...
Well, I was just watching it new. Like, this is all new stuff to me. And
really?
I'm like,
tell me about this Obi-Wan Kenobi. That sounds like a fried chip.
And truthfully, I always felt it was one of those... I'll get to it things, and I just never got to it.
It was to Star Wars?
I'll get to it. I mean, I'm still planning to get to it.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's a failure of the schools, specifically Ed Couch.
Yes, I blame Ed Couch. Quite frankly,
that they didn't force you. Just all right, kids, we're going into the gym. We're watching 9 hours of Star Wars.
Nope.
And this is a special edition. It's the best that we can do. We tried to get the original edition.
That's the other thing. You lived through like the relaunch, and like it went back to theaters twice in your lifetime.
Yeah, I was like, I haven't seen the original one. When they were putting out the new ones, I was like, I haven't seen the original one, so I'm not.
They had the special editions out. They put 4 through 6 out in theaters again.
It was still one of those. I'll get to it.
Oh my God.
I mean,
dude, at one point, like in 97, 98, you could throw a fucking rock and hit a pile of VHS tapes, Star Wars VHS tapes somewhere. Wow.
It's like The Ring,
Right. It came to you.
And I just put it back. I was like, nah.
Have you seen The Ring?
I've seen The Ring, yeah. That's a horror film.
All right, okay.
Have you seen The Grudge? That one's a good one, too.
Oh, The Grudge.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I personally think that every horror thing is The Grudge. That's just,
wow.
Yeah.
There's something scary is that The Grudge. That's just me. But yes, I knew about this before you did.
Yes.
Because we have had heart-to-hearts.
Obviously. I mean, I was shocked when I heard
Well, I mean, when we're at work, we had to work the night shift for a long time.
Yeah, overnight.
There was just nothing to do for like 4 hours for 3 nights a week. We had to build a fucking stupid friendship. Love you.
Wow.
I honestly, I feel
so. This isn't really friendship; it's Stockholm syndrome. Right. Is what you're saying.
This is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Man, I feel cheated.
I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna lie.
You want to watch it together?
No, not anymore.
No, because every 5 minutes, hey, what's that guy?
Yeah,
I know all the guys.
Why does that guy look like a big shrimp?
Hey,
who's that tiny guy all green? Sounds like Fozzie the Bear.
Like, I didn't know anything out of any of the Star Wars, but I was like, you know what? That Boba Fett's my favorite.
Jesus.
I didn't know anything, but I was like...
And you know what? If you actually found out how little screen time Boba Fett actually had...
Yeah, I know how little. He's very little.
No.
Well, yeah, because you don't know.
Wow.
He comes out when Darth Vader's like, we gotta find him alive, and then he's like, how come we gotta keep him alive?
I can't pinpoint it right now, but I know that I've made a Star Wars reference, and you laughed.
I probably got it.
I don't think you did. I think that was a lie. I think that laughter was a lie.
I know all the things. You could quiz me.
Oh, why did you say that?
That's so scary. I just messed up. Oh no! Can I take that back?
Oh God!
Can we fix it in post?
That's how we do the newscast. We fix it in post.
Oh my God! Wow. Okay. Well.
So so tonight you lost a little respect for your brother-in-law.
I did.
And you gained a little more fear for your niece and nephew.
They'll watch it, maybe.
They will watch it because their uncle will show them.
Can you show me too? It just takes so much time out of the
What are you doing? It's not like you're
busy.
It's not like you're out there, dealing.
I'm gonna bring it up again. You are a super fan of a show that has been on the air for 50 fucking years.
Yeah, but I've only seen the last 8 seasons.
Wow.
I should have seen it when I was working those nights instead of building a friendship.
I think it would have made that friendship even stronger.
He would have come in, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm watching Star Wars.
No. Go away, coworker.
Wow.
Trudge on. Because that right there, that's my formative years. That was That was elementary, middle school, and high school.
Well, we're definitely going to have to fix that in the year 2015 for sure.
Yeah, that could be my New Year's resolution
I
to
think it
watch
should be.
a Star Wars. Do I have to watch them all?
Yes. Okay, I'll let you skip the prequels.
You know what? I don't even. That's not even a priority for me because you're a lost cause in that. In my eyes, I've written you off pop culture wise in that regard.
Okay, if I watch them, can I walk away unimpressed?
Yes, that's your right. You'd be wrong, but it's your right.
Yes.
But I would come in knowing a large amount of everything, a lot of things. I take
Again, you're boasting. You're talking shit.
I feel like I know like so much of it. Like I know the major plot points. I mean, everybody nods, and then they break out of fucking Jabba the Hutt, and then everybody's nodding.
Do you think 75% of the movie is just people nodding?
Yeah, slave
of
Leia's
Dragnet.
there, and they're nodding, and
that is every episode of Dragnet ever. Wow. That is not Star Wars.
And then the sandworm meets Boba Fett. He's my favorite, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that.
The sandworm, and then Paul Atreides rides the sandworm, and he's king of the Fremen, and
all that stuff.
Haderach,
yeah, I saw that.
And he kills Fade Rautha in front of the Baron Harkonnen.
Mm-mm.
Are you seriously saying things?
I am saying things.
Are you saying things that
you don't
happened?
know. Things that did happen.
You know what? I don't even know names though, so that's not even
right.
something.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Exactly.
That's a reference.
And on that note, I want to thank you guys for being on this.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, Rod.
Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye.
Can I just say, you guys were quite rude to me. I am just an innocent individual who maybe didn't have the Star Wars.
No.
You,
like I said, you're not going to slide on this one. This is ridiculous, Mark. This is ridiculous.
You know what I failed to mention that I wanted to bring up? I did watch Spaceballs. I watched it a lot. That was my favorite.
Well, you might have redeemed yourself slightly there because Spaceballs is fucking awesome.
It's great. It's my favorite.
It is hilarious. See, but even that, like with Spaceballs, you should have at least that movie would have been so much funnier.
Correct.
Had you seen Star Wars? Excuse me, I almost dropped the T word.
Oh, that's big old troubles.
I know. Oof, that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, I think I would have enjoyed it more. But still, it's a great standalone film.
Yes. Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, Mel Brooks. But okay, so. Now here we are, fast forward 7-8 weeks later. Have you watched Star Wars yet?
Of course not.
Of course you haven't.
Why would I?
So much for your New Year's resolution.
It's February. I have 10 months to do it. I'll drop those 20 pounds too.
Well, the trailer for the next movie, I guess the teaser, I guess it would be considered, came out. It's called The Force Awakens.
That one looks good.
Are you trying to piss me off?
No, it looks good.
How can you say that?
Because
what makes it look good to you?
Let's see.
To your virgin Star Wars eyes.
What I liked was the Millennium Falcon, the way it was shot and the way that it was flying through the desert. I thought that was just beautiful.
Okay.
There wasn't too much. I like nothing from the trailer, but from all the little special things that J.J. Abrams would put out. I like that they're using practical effects.
Okay.
I also liked that lightsaber, the long saber.
Oh, the one with the two little sabers that come out the side. Yeah, that's pissing off some people actually. Some Star Wars diehards. But hey, I think this film is either going to, set the world on fire and bring Star Wars back to its prominence that it's held onto for like 30 years already.
Yeah.
Or it's just going to piss everyone off. But
I don't think so. I mean,
there's a lot of George Lucas fanboys out there. That's
true.
Anything, I mean, they love him and they hate him. In fact, there's a really good documentary on Netflix about that called The People versus George Lucas, about how hated he is and how beloved he is. It's like a true love-hate relationship because he created this world, but yet he spent the last 30 years like kind of ruining it.
Yeah,
with all like
I heard. Well, one of the things that most people say is he became what he tried to avoid. He,
which is,
I don't know, but that's what people say.
I really wish you had that point.
Okay, here's one point.
You intrigued me with that quote.
Here's one major thing about the prequels that a lot of people don't like is that because the original trilogy was so good, a lot of people felt it was so good because a lot of things George Lucas originally wanted were not kept in there.
Okay.
With the prequels, everything was yes, yes, yes.
Oh, I see.
They just, everything that George Lucas wanted, he got.
So you're saying that the studio back then, when the first movies came out,
they told him no, and like the DP would say, "Oh, let's change this," and maybe some of the other writers would change certain things. Like I know, I believe Han Solo was supposed to be a different character altogether.
Okay.
He was supposed to be more of a dick. Or it was Luke Skywalker. I don't know. I haven't seen the movies.
Right. Yes, as we've stated. So you're saying that George Lucas is like one of those geniuses, that, for the lack of a better term, who really needs to be wrangled in.
Correct.
He needs to be structured in order for his genius to flourish.
I think they gave him too much freedom.
And then when the prequels came out, it was just George Lucas, throw buckets of money at him, do whatever you want, and he ended up pissing off everybody.
And he just green screened everything.
Right. I have full faith in J.J. Abrams. I mean, I was a huge fan of Lost, and the Star Trek movies that he's made. It's actually made me enjoy Star Trek, which I've never been a Trekkie. I've never really enjoyed those, but those two movies, I've really liked them. So, yeah. I mean,
if you like J.J. Abrams so much, why don't you marry him?
He's a good director. I like him.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. All right, looking man.
Here we go.
Hey, I went to a wedding yesterday.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It was so uncomfortable.
Really? Why?
I'm not good in crowds.
Okay.
And I was surrounded by
who got married?
She used to be a producer. Her name is Heather. It was a very we only went to the reception.
So like friends of yours.
Correct, friends of mine.
Okay.
Channel 5, a lot of Channel 5 people.
Okay.
I ended up sitting with Jordan Williams and Farrah Fazal. I don't know if you remember them.
No, I don't. Were they on Channel 5?
Yeah, they were kind of a big deal.
Are you name dropping?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're really sweet. He's working in Buffalo right now. I'm not entirely sure where she's working, but she's in a bigger market also.
Okay. And
they hadn't seen me in a long time, and I don't even think I was very close with them. But they were like, Mark! And I was like, hey, how's it going?
Wow.
And I gave him the hug. And Farrah Fazal is quite affectionate. Like, she came up and she gave me like a big hug. And she's like, Mark, I've missed you so much.
Wow.
And I didn't really even talk to her. I did catch her looking at my butt one time.
Really?
I did tell Alyssa. I was like, Farrah Fazal wants this Mark. So as soon as she like finally let go of me, I was like, oh, by the way, this is my wife. And she's like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. I think she's just a very affectionate person.
Okay. But you were uncomfortable being in a crowd of people.
Yeah, and especially these are... look, I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy. Mm-hmm. I'm a hamburger and fries kind of guy.
Okay.
These people are successful. These people have done things.
Okay.
They're talking about sunbathing and all this other stuff that they're doing, and someone is like a belly dancer, and someone else at the table was a professional chef that had his business in the valley picked up, and he's like catering for like big venues and stuff.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, I check audio during the newscasts. I make sure everybody's heard. So yeah, I was kind of out of my element, so that kind of... But they were sweet people. They were like including me. So Mark, how are the kids? And I was like, oh, I know how to talk about my kids. I love my kids.
Okay.
So they were sweet about it.
So they weren't like snooty about it?
No, not at all. But
so then what made you uncomfortable? Just the fact
just being like, I don't know how to be normal. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that.
Right. And I mean, my sister doesn't help very much either.
No,
she's you guys are two peas in a pod.
Yeah, she's just as awkward. But that chef, we ended up shooting the shit with him because he when he went to culinary school, they were doing like a banquet and a bunch of celebrity stars were there, and we were like, and he was like, oh yeah, I've met like Bobby Flay and Gordon Ramsay, and then Gordon Ramsay, Alyssa was like, you've met Gordon Ramsay?
Her ears perked up.
She was like, her mouth dropped. She's like, I love Gordon Ramsay. So we would talk about that and TV because that's what we know.
Right. So, what are your plans for Valentine's Day?
Oh, shit. Okay, well, I didn't fart. So, as some of you may know, Valentine's Day is on Saturday. And I don't work on Saturdays. So, I go to Alyssa and I said, hey, you know what? I'm gonna treat you really nice. I would like to take you out to dinner. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna pick the place because we tend to like, where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? So if I was like, I'm gonna have everything planned, and she said, "Hey, I'm working Saturday."
Oh,
so Saturday night I'm gonna be at a stranger's house watching a couple of kids.
Nice.
So we're gonna be together. So that's gonna be nice.
Okay.
We're gonna probably make a little Valentine's party. Maybe eat some cupcakes with the kids. So
Okay.
that'll be fun. And then the next day we'll probably do something. We'll make up for it. Probably go to Walmart and buy all the discounted candy.
That sounds like the most romantic thing you could do for her because that's her style of a good time. Have you guys ever had like a real nice Valentine's?
I don't think so. No.
Right? That they're
It
becoming
seems very difficult.
Yes, I agree. I don't think I've ever. I mean, I've tried to go out and go above and beyond. You know, my normal what I would normally do. And you know, sometimes it's I knock it out of the park, and sometimes it just fails miserably. But
I really lucked out with Alyssa because she is very I don't want to say it without sounding like a dick. She's vanilla, I'll say. I mean, she doesn't like extravagance. She likes, and I don't want to say basic because there's basic bitches, and Alyssa is not a basic bitch. Basic bitch is a pumpkin frappe or whatever. But what our favorite time of the day is when the kids go down and we just sitting on the couch and the TV's off and we're just talking about stupid shit or like what happened today or what are your thoughts about this or
okay.
Yeah.
So that's more romantic than anything else. It's just
just being together.
Okay.
We just I love her so much. I'm just so lucky to have her in my life.
Okay. That didn't sound rehearsed at all.
It was genuine. Good.
Well, that's good. This is my first Valentine and a Valentine's Day in a long time where I don't really necessarily have to do anything for anyone.
Well, that's cool.
So that's kind of cool. There was an idea that was brought up, and I don't know if it's still going to happen. I don't know. I know Chris is listening, so it was kind of his idea.
I'm sure he'll text you immediately after.
I think as of right now, the plan is I'm going to go watch 50 Shades of Grey with the girls.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
I don't know anything about the book. I've never read it. I know there's a lot of hype about it. I know that women are just wetting themselves across the nation.
I believe
in anticipation of this film,
where she said, "You could drown a toddler in my panties right now."
So that idea came up, and I said, you know what? That sounds like a grand fucking idea. If for nothing else, make it like a sociological experiment.
Yeah.
A non-fan, a non-woman, I guess.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Goes in with a blank
Clean slate.
Exactly.
Yes.
Clean slate. No idea what I'm walking into. I understand there's some bondage and whatnot. I'm hoping to see some titties. But
hopefully.
I think that would make for good conversation for the following podcast.
Yeah.
The Tuesday after Valentine's Day. So, what are your thoughts on that?
I think the whole thing is just strange to me. The whole, because I don't know much about it, but from what I've heard, there's in the series of novels, I believe there's a red room and I'm sure people that know more than I do would correct me if I'm wrong, but the red room is the pain room. And I don't know how you are with intimacy, but I don't like it when it hurts. Like, I don't like to be like bit or scratched. I don't like it. It's no.
Right. Okay. To each his own. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah. Do you like it?
No, not necessarily.
Do you like a little beard pull? What thoughts on nipple clamps?
Oh my God! Don't get me started.
Like I can understand it getting hot and heavy. You know what? I'm gonna stop this conversation because I'm talking to her brother. But I think the whole idea of a room with torture, it's just no, thank you. Rod was telling me that apparently there was a scene that was omitted from the film in which, and some fans are very upset with this, he starts the intimacy by removing her tampon.
Okay.
And
I'm assuming that's in the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that
has Rod read the books?
No.
Okay.
No. Well, he told me he didn't. He put me on blast. He probably loves the books. He probably got a Mr. Gray tattoo on his arm.
See, I didn't even know that his name is Gray.
Yeah.
So okay,
Christian Grey.
I guess that. See, you know a lot more than I do about this. I'm not kidding when I don't know a single goddamn thing about this book other than the title and the fact that there's bondage in it.
You have to watch the movie now. I want to know about it.
I'm going to. I think. Chris, let me know. Is that still the plan? Do you still have an extra ticket for Valentine's Day? So yeah, it was going to be Chris and me and Becca and Patty and someone else, I think, because that's how me and the girls are spending Valentine's Day. So there hopefully be some sort of chocolate involved, chocolate ice cream. I don't know. I don't want to go too crazy. Yeah. But anyway, that seems to be the plan for me.
Yeah, you need to get back to us on what happened.
I will, if it happens. If it doesn't happen.
Oh, hopefully. I'm hoping.
Crossing fingers. I guess I'll see you on the other side of Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes for both of us. Hopefully.
Hey, Pete,
yes.
I love you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh my God. Okay, well, on that note, then I guess we'll start saying our goodbyes, and thank you guys for listening very much. And I know Mark appreciates it. And Mark, you need to watch Star Wars. Quite frankly, you've let us all down. I speak for the entire audience, and you've let us all down.
I'm sorry, audience. I promise you, and this isn't one of those half promises that I give to my wife. This is to my audience, and I love my audience. I will watch, by the end of 2015, at least one Star Wars parody.
Jesus Christ. Okay, well, then in that case, thank you all for listening. Visit the website, tsupodcast.com. Special thanks to our sponsor, Chico's Bail Bonds. And Mark?
May the Taco Tuesday be with you.
See you all later.